Welcome to the second day of the Aerial Indoor Racing World Championship at Climb Yas Island, Abu Dhabi, where the best flyers team up to combine both skill and strategy in attempt to be the fastest team through the track. This is relay.
Relay. Teams of 2 flyers race side by side through a track, switching between back and belly surface areas in a set sequence. Keep an eye on the landings as they play a huge role. First flyer needs to land in a square before the second one takes off, and second flyer needs to have both of their feet in the square before their landing counts. Flyers can be as close to the pylons as they want, but not fly through them or touch them.
Welcome to the second day of the Aerial Indoor Racing World Championships. Today we have the relay going on. Unfortunately, just to explain the situation, we have lost one team with Josh Ruiz Velasco, who had to go to the hospital and get a surgery on his appendix. One loss is one win, so now I have Inka here with me in the commentating booth to help me get you through the day.
Yeah, hello. I was supposed to be flying with Josh and upset about not being able to, but also very excited to be here in the studio. I'm watching this very, very exciting competition. I think, honestly, this is probably my favorite discipline to watch. I love that it's in teams, and it's very exciting because of all the drama that the double landings add, because the landings have proven to be challenging, as we saw yesterday during the pursuit.
Yes, but my favorite discipline is still the race to watch. We have here the 2 teams standing already with Chris Powers and Kaz, Alex and now
Alex and Anton.
Thank you.
Yeah, and this initial stage, the first few battles that we're going to see, is going to be basically the slowest 6 teams are battling for the last 4 spots to join the actual tournament board. Flyers look ready. They've just done their warm-ups. Everyone got a few flights, and there they go. So as I mentioned, the landings tend to be something that are challenging in this, so pay attention to the little squares on the net, and the flyers, both feet need to be inside of that square, both when the first flyer lands and then when the second flyer ends this round.
As you see, it's a mix between in-phase and out-phase. For all the non-flyers, this is out-phase when they're facing outwards, and once they turn around or transition, they're in-phase. Oh.
And there you go, easy victory for Alexei and Anton. They're actually very fast flyers, so them being at the bottom 6 tells something about how fast majority of the teams are. And you could see there also Kaz as the first flyer on the other team having some challenges in the landing, so that adds into the time very quickly.
And just to explain what is happening here, there was written pre-elimination. So we have the tournament bracket, or the tournament itself should be 16 teams, but because we have 18 teams, we have to have a battle between 4 of them, and 2 will get eliminated, so we get reduced to 16, and then we start a normal tournament bracket with 3 qualification rounds or distribution, like rounds to distribute the teams equally, and then we go into the elimination. or the normal tournament bracket.
So every team in the actual tournament gets to fly at least 3 times before anyone gets knocked out.
Yeah. This is why we designed it also like that.
Yeah, there we go. So Jukka Siivola and Valery Polychevsky on one side, and Lydia Zepp and Jakub Valetko on the other side. So Jakub here on the black, Jukka in the blue, and the team closer to the screen switched a little bit earlier, but now Valery is catching up in the blue suit. A little bump there from Lydia, and Valery and Jukka take that one home.
Yeah, Lydia had a hard time sleeping, so probably she lost the focus for a second there, but still a good battle.
Yeah, and those little moments, little loss of focus costs a lot here, especially when you start looking at the top teams. Like the times that they've flown are so close to each other that a split second is a big deal. So a little bump into a pylon, one line that's flown a little bit too long makes a huge difference.
So we have Abdurrahman and Salem against Virzu and Jonathan Nathan from Israel.
So Virzu is there in the blue suit, and Abdurrahman, or Big A as we call him, in the black suit just in front of us and getting ready to go. And the light turns white. That's when the flyers can take off from the square. Looks like a very tight battle so far. Abdurrahman is a little bit ahead, flying very high up.
Yeah.
Which means it takes a little bit longer, first of all, to come into the landing, but also the pylons move a lot more high up there. So personally, I prefer to fly a little bit lower.
Probably they think they're tinier, so you can get tighter around them, but then you see the transition takes forever into head up to land in the box.
Yes. Salem and Abdurrahman win this one.
Yeah. And the way it was decided which are the 4 teams was by time trial. The 4 slowest teams got put into this pre-elimination. So now we're just waiting to see who is going to be the winner, or which 2 teams are going to be the winner.
And as we're looking at these teams battling, I want to give a little insight on those time trials. So the fastest team in the time trials was the Mexicans, Garcia brothers. They flew at 22:18 as their time. And then the American team, James and Landon, were maybe 0.4 behind them. And then there's a few teams close by to that. But yeah, it's going to be a tight competition.
It doesn't mean anything. Once you're battling each other and you see the other team with one eye, Michael Virzu. What happened here?
Oh, it was still the previous one, Salem, and Big A won that one.
But it was written different. Was that a mistake or? Okay, we'll find out in a second.
Okay. Then it's teams that we've already seen. So Alexei and Anton going in again against Jukka and Valery. Anton in the black suit, Jukka in the blue suit. It's a black team and a blue team.
It seems like really Virzu and Jonathan won that one. I don't know if there was a mistake somewhere from them. I didn't notice it.
I didn't see either of the judges raising a flag, so that's always a possibility that there was a mistake done, and then they basically get busted.
The athletes themselves see also only when they get out on the video screen who won, so they don't know it before.
Yeah. It looks like Valery's feet were touching the square before, but as always, you need to see first if there was any mistakes made.
As you see, we're here at the EEIPC 2026. That's the big event that we are partnering with. There is vertical sequential, 16-way belly flying, all kind of disciplines come here together, and obviously us, the racers, with the first World Championship. So hopefully you come one day and visit and watch it live.
Yeah, it's been a busy week here. There's lots to see, definitely with the different disciplines going on at the same time. Let's see what the judges are figuring out. Who took this one home? The flyers look anxious. They want to know already. Obviously, all of these teams want to end up doing the full tournament board and getting to fly more, so stakes are high already at this point.
The referees are reviewing.
Takeoffs look legit, so basically flyer number 1 needs to fully be landed, like the feet need to be touching the square before the second flyer can take off. And if you leave too early, that's also a bust, so that means you're automatically out.
Uh-huh. Now we have Chris Powers and Kaz against Virzu and Nathan. That's Jonathan. I'm not sure who's going to win that battle. It's going to be tight, probably. Yeah.
Kaz is getting ready in the light green suit. Virzu in the blue suit.
Let's see how Kaz's landing is going to be this time.
Yes, exactly.
They have all been improving a lot this week, but in competition stress, things can change.
Yes, we saw that yesterday in pursuit as well. There was
it's a good landing.
a pretty good landing.
And now, come on, Crispy, no pylons.
Yeah. Chris's suit from the back of the legs is completely burned by the pylons.
Yeah.
By this point, he also has the longest legs that I've probably ever seen on a flyer, so doesn't help.
He's very tall too.
He's very tall.
We had to make the square a little bit bigger because I realized with his size of the feet, it was
to
not
accommodate
fair.
his feet, yeah.
It was not fair last time.
All right. Let's see. They all look very happy.
Yeah, they took it.
Having a good time flying.
Nice landing.
Yeah.
Oops. Tippy toes.
Mm-hmm.
We know who won, probably.
Yeah, this should go to Kaz and Crispy unless there was some flags, but
Yeah, they're reviewing.
so another thing that the judges are looking at here is that you're allowed to fly as close to the pylons as you want to, but you're not allowed to fly through them or touch them. So these kind of situations can then also lead into basically busting the team out of the competition.
Yeah, I mean, I've been listening to the briefing of the referees, and we kind of decided all together that it's okay, you know, if you close, so somehow it touches, you just can't completely fly through. So there is no unnecessary red flags. And
Yes.
obviously, as referees, we have again Alex Drogatsov and Martin Christensen.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I heard Martin say yesterday that there's a difference between the pylon touching you or you touching the pylon.
exactly.
And that's a difference that they're trying to look at. Jakub Waletko,
I mean,
closer to us.
people should race. No, it's not when you run a 100-meter sprint and you touch a little bit the line, you're not necessarily out straight away.
Jakub landed before Big A, and now the second flyers are out. Lydia leading, Salem chasing behind. Now let's hope that Lydia's going to have a clean round this time. She had a bit of wobble previous time. Now a good landing, and they got it. But yeah, going back into the previous one, I totally agree. It would be nice to just see people race and not go too much into the how tight you're flying. So the pylons also, when you move a massive air, like they move out of your way.
Yeah.
So this is something that also makes it challenging for the flyers to kind of judge where the base of the pylon even was.
They can also make you cork, you know, or bail out. You fly too hard into them. It's first of all sometimes painful, and it really slows you down too.
Yeah, Crispy was saying yesterday, because he's the tallest competitor here, that he was having a hard time taking off because he feels the burble of the pylon there on his arm. So. Then we have Alexei and Anton again closer to us, and Virzu and Jonathan Nathan on the further track. Virzu's having a little bit of issues there, and
he went the wrong way.
flew the wrong flight path. So
That's usually done now already.
yes. So this is another thing. Obviously, you need to fly the designated route around the pylons, in face, out face, in face, and it needs to be the right amount of laps.
If not, you lost automatically already.
Exactly.
Same counts for false starts, and obviously not landing correctly in the box in the transition. Taking off too early before your team partner showed control. All of this leads to a loss.
Yeah, we had that even in the time trials. There's a few people that left before the lights were out, and basically they didn't end up having a time. So
Yeah,
they were eager to go.
It's like when they don't read the rules, then we're in trouble.
Okay, Jukka and Valeri in the blue suits, and Salem and Abdurrahman in the black suits. Jukka's getting ready. You can see there's slightly different strategies here, how people set up in the box. I personally always like to have my heels against kind of the net in a way that I can push off from that. Jukka was just standing on top of the net. Some people are fully standing up when they take off. Some people are leaning back very, very far.
I think the leaning back is the key to do it. You're close. You're already slightly into the direction that you're flying, so it is an advantage.
Yes, there you go. The blue suits land significantly before the black team. Yeah, based on the training that I've seen and seen people try out also different techniques. Like we'll get to the other athletes as the tournament starts, but for example, Sebas Garcia, who's a tall guy but also leads very much leaning back. It's like instantly he's ahead.
Yeah, he's rounding even the back on the start. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yes.
So he can go as far as necessary and then explode with the chest pump. So you add energy with that too. So
this is also something that's very challenging to practice in a small tunnel because you just don't have enough space to fully accelerate. So this is really the only tunnel that gives you the kind of room to put some energy into it.
Okay. Let's see if Kaz and Crispy can make a surprise here too.
He took home the last round, but now Jakub is way ahead of Kaz.
Yeah.
And if he has a clean landing, then Lydia had the patience to wait for that.
Oh, too early.
Kaz. And here goes Crispy. You can see on some of these flyers, like when we move into the faster teams, the outface looks very easy, but on some of these flyers you can still see how challenging that outface is. Like the shape of the track is just something that's very like simply strange to fly in the beginning because it's a combination of like stalling and carving.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like tracking. I track backwards till I'm at the pylon, and then you just turn around.
But you can almost see some of the flyers' bodies fighting it, like wanting to come out of the outface before the next pylon is there, and then it obviously slows you down massively.
So let's see, this might be a tighter battle, but I think Anton and Alex gonna get it.
Yes, they're a very quick team, actually.
Yeah,
like
I don't know.
You can see here
Are the teams also strong that they were the last four, basically?
Well,
that's
kind of what I looked at, and that's how it seems like, that these guys are here just simply because,
bad luck. Yeah, too many
exactly.
good teams.
Too many good teams.
Yeah.
But they fly fast, both of them. And they were significantly faster on these rounds too.
For those who haven't been following, yesterday we had the pursuit. We have our first official world champion with Sebas Garcia, and second place James Rogers, and third place Landon Caraveris.
It was a very, very exciting competition. Lots of tight landings right at the same time. Lots of reviews. It was fantastic to watch.
It's going to be here the same. Once we get to the elimination rounds, it's going to be review after review.
And there they go. Virtsu flying closer to us, and on the further track it's Jakub Valetko.
Virtsu flying out of the screen.
Virtsu disappeared somewhere. And Lydia is already on the move. There she goes, outface. So here you can see this slight movement, kind of like the body rocking back and forth, because the outface is just challenging to find. She lands.
And here you also see on Jonathan that we had to place these three pylons in the middle so people don't fly into the other track, what can be really dangerous.
Yes, we usually when the training camp before the competition starts the first day, we see that with the newer flyers. Like it looks so much easier than what it is if you've never done it before. So the middle pylons are there for the reason. And then I've seen the green a few times when I started.
Me too. And I remember the first camp we did, or the first tournaments. It was really difficult to just do it, not to be fast, just to do it.
Yes, exactly. Jukka ahead of Kaz here, already moving into the last in phase. And then clean landing, Valeri takes off.
Oh, good waiting from Chris. That's being patient.
Yeah, Crispy's. So now this is where it comes a little bit into the strategy. So here, Crispy knows that Kaz's landings have not been very consistent. So he has to have the patience to actually wait. Otherwise, the chances are way too. Now he's struggling with the landing, but otherwise the chances are way too big that he's going to take off before Kaz is actually in the square.
Yes.
But with the more experienced teams, you're going to see that they just trust that the person's going to land. You just simply don't have the time to wait, because otherwise the other team is going to get too much advantage from that moment.
And that's a risk too, no? It can be done. If your team partner makes a little mistake, that's it.
Yeah, definitely like that. And then we're not flying today, but with me and Josh, for example, Josh is very consistent with how he lands. So it's easy for me to reference how much time do I need before I take off, and then I just trust that he's going to be there. So you can also kind of decide who's flyer 1 and flyer 2 based on this.
Yes. Shout out to Josh. I know he's watching. We're missing you, buddy. Yeah. Recover quick. Josh is one of the fiercest competitors in all disciplines, and I'm pretty sure you two would have done well in this tournament. Last time you were second.
Yeah, we were definitely chasing the podium this time. And you know that we're the two competitors with most years in the sport here. So we're like the oldies but goldies team.
Experience counts.
Yeah. All right.
You see now we have seating stages provided by Climb. So if anybody is around and feels like watching live, either come today or tomorrow at 4 o'clock.
Valeri took that one. But yeah, there's it's a big tunnel, so around it there's a lot of space here to come and watch this competition, and it's really fantastic to watch it live. So yesterday also during Pursuit, the energy was amazing, and the audience reactions and everything was great to watch.
I mean, the speed is different live than on TV. You can see how fast they're moving.
Yes. My husband has been watching the past few times the live stream, and now that he came here and he saw the training, it's like, oh, wow, this looks completely different when you're actually present. Like, you just see how fast the flyers are in a totally different way.
Yeah, seems like Lydia, Anton and Alexei.
I think Anton and Alexei won all of their battles in
they're
this.
They're gonna move on probably.
Which would have been I would have put my 5 cents on that to start with, looking at the names, like they.
Yeah, and then I thought Valera and Jukka have a good chance, but I'm not sure how it's standing between them and Jakub and Lydia.
Yeah, let's see. All right.
This might be a tight battle, and the landings will decide the difference. So let's see.
Definitely. And off they go. So as I mentioned earlier, the flyers are looking at the lights. So there's a sight light that is red, and when it turns white, that's when the flyers are allowed to start flying. Big A is flying really high, and now he has a long way to land, but he lands into the...
Good job.
Yes.
But Salim is fast. He's not giving up. And Crispy neither.
No.
He's trying to catch up.
Let's see the landings.
Good. I'm not sure if he had the foot for a moment there on the line.
Both feet were... That's the thing, like both feet need to be inside the square, not on the lines.
Now we're going to see it. Salim, show us on the line. Ooh, no, he might be out.
Here and there. Oh my goodness. That's tight. They're laughing at it too.
Yeah, they might have lost that one.
Yeah, but we've seen some battles like both in pursuit and relay this time and previous times where it's like I think we lost one route because like my heel was 2 centimeters off and the other team landed exactly at the same time. So it's really, the landings matter a lot.
I mean, last September I was refereeing. You were against Martin Dedek.
Yes.
And he landed with both feet and your one foot was just not on the net yet.
Yes, exactly.
This is the last race of the qualification, and then we will know which 2 teams will move on into the final, basically, bracket. And
so this is Virtu and Jonathan Nathan and Jukka and Valerie.
okay, let's see.
Virtu is the flyer with the white on the side.
Yeah, the windwork sign for the
And
wind tunnel.
lights are out. There they go. Jukka is slightly ahead.
I mean, Jukka is very fast. Sometimes he's a little bit impatient, but he can move with speed.
Yes, it's it tends to happen, especially in like the competition situation, that people start flying messier. That they're fast flyers, but they start flying messy, and then it costs you very quickly. So you also need to have the patience to go within the skill limits that you have. But yeah, Jukka and Valerie landed way earlier.
I mean, Jonathan and Virzu are here the first time, so for sure it's more difficult against an experienced team, as Jukka and Valerie are. So next time, if they train, there is a bigger chance of winning.
Yeah, you can really see this because obviously there's a lot of flyers here that are experienced flyers, but this is new. Like event by event, people are getting stronger.
So I've heard that there is 2 teams with the same time. I'm not sure which 2, we're going to find out soon, but the question was if we should just go by time trial, but I think we're going to let them battle it out. So we see who wins in a direct competition.
Re-race, exactly. You can see the instructor there checking the pylons. So when people hit the pylons, Philip, what happens?
I mean, the pylon wins usually.
So a lot of the pylon wins, but also a lot of the pylons break. As
we were losing too many pylons recently, and apparently also now we have to be careful because last time one broke off on the last air championship, and nobody noticed. Not the instructors, not the competitors, none of us in the live stream. So
and this can cause damage to the tunnel. Like this one was stuck in the engine somewhere.
Yeah, in a propeller, I think, somewhere upstairs. And that's not ideal for us, also because we would like to come back and keep doing that. So we have to be extra careful.
So yeah, they're checking the pylons, and what Philip was saying, that the pylon wins. Like there's a handful of flyers that already have pretty gnarly burn marks, like Jukka, for example, who we just saw fly a bunch of times, had the pylon wrap around his neck, so his neck burned. Josh had the same. So yeah, earlier in the athlete interviews, they kept all saying, it's like, yeah, just avoid the pylons. It's not worth it.
I mean, it's not like it happens that often that it wraps around your neck like they had, but normally it's around the legs or arms. Or if you grab with the arm, the pylon, it can move, and it feels like it wants to pull your shoulder out of the place. So normally just pull your arms in. As you see now today, we have the sponsors on the bottom with all our sponsors that are Furia, Tunnel, YASA, Silent Teaching, Sky Helmets, the Miral Group, Climb, and the EIF, the Air Sports Federation of the Emirates. Here in the background you will see Hussein talking to the referees, and now they're gone.
So these flyers are getting ready for a reflight. So it's at least going to be Salem and Abdurrahman.
Yes, and then
And then we're figuring out what's the other team that's going in. At least I get to fly a lot of rounds today.
I mean, here we are. We see Hussein discussing something with Alex Dragatsov and Martin explaining probably something, what happened there, why he made his decision as a referee. The rule is that the referee...
It's going to be Kaz and Crispy.
The rule is that once a decision is made, we will not reverse it anymore. We might take the complaint, learn out of it, but when it's done, it's done.
So we're about to see this reflight now. One more round between these two teams. And then the winner moves forward into the tournament board.
I think so.
Big smiles. High fives.
I'm not sure.
Cass getting ready. Big A getting ready. Feet in the square.
So it is a decisive round. One of these two teams will move on.
Out.
Alphase.
Now he slowed down significantly now in that Alphase part. That's also typical here that like people are. There you go. Saleh moving forward.
You know, back there is also a little burble. I'm pretty sure that's why he's struggling.
In the landing on that side.
Yeah, it's a little bit more difficult to land there. These are, you know, qualities of the wind tunnel. They're not everywhere even.
Yes.
So sometimes it's more difficult to land or to keep the control, especially head up.
These landings, so yesterday we had pursuit, and basically there you go through the chicane and then you fly half around back into the square, and you already pick up a lot of speed there, but it's a little bit less power that you come into the landing with versus here where you're doing a full lap in phase and then you come into the landing. And personally I feel like the relay landings are more challenging because of that. Like you need to have a better technique and control for the landing because of the added power.
I can see Abdul Rahman is enjoying himself on the camera. He's a good guy. I met him here the first time now. We had a lot of fun together.
Yeah. He's my lost twin. Hey, we were born the same day.
Yeah, exactly. You can clearly see that.
All right, and here we go. The next flyers are getting ready. So this is us moving into the group phase. So this is not yet a battle where anyone's going to fall out. This is just going to reshuffle everything so that the tournament then is going to, like the knockout rounds are going to start in a way that basically a stronger flyer is always going to fly against someone who's supposed to be weaker.
Yes.
So we see here the Garcia brothers that are one of the fan favorites for this competition. When I've been asking around doing interviews, most of the athletes and most of the people here say it's the Garcias and the Americans, so James and Landon, that are the two favorites. But next to them, the Russian team, Evelina and Andrei Karabeshkin, are also very, very fast.
Yes. I mean, they've been here in a couple of training camps, and Evelina has surprised me from the beginning. Last time she was even in the final of the race, what is pretty impressive.
Yeah, she's also a petite girl, so like lightly built. But like in the relay, I've been watching her flying, and she's super consistent. She never messes up the landing, and she's really fast.
Here you see how Sebas was rounding his back.
Yes. Sebas leading, Evelina chasing just behind.
He's slightly ahead.
And then Rodrigo taking off on this side, Karabeshkin chasing. But there's already, for being two fast teams, there's a big difference already. Now if Rodrigo has a clean landing.
He's a little bit high. Is he out of the square? No.
I don't think so. But let's see.
That was pretty tight.
It was definitely tight.
Let's see. Sebas looked very focused.
I think they're just in, but it's really hard to also see from here. Evelina, no, Karabeshkin definitely is in the middle of the square. But we're about to see now who's gonna
He has black shoes. Then you can't tell if it's the shoe or the
Yeah.
tape on the floor.
Yeah, exactly. The front of the shoe is just the Garcias are always so serious in competition mode. Like they're
I mean,
such nice guys. And
Sebas's row looked a little bit like he's spacing around.
I didn't see it, but I guess it was Sebas and Rodrigo that took it,
Sebas and Rodrigo won.
And here we go. So Benjamin and Jonathan. So Benjamin in the red suit. They're flying closer to us. And then on the other side, we have Jukka and Valerie, who are just chasing for the spot for this tournament.
Benji is a World Cup winner in dynamic four-way and European champion, so he's used to flying speed rounds. This is something
He's
that he knows how to do and keep the pressure up.
A seasoned competitor and a fast flyer, and your ex-teammate, no?
No, we're back.
You're still flying. Ah, awesome.
We're back. We're coming back this year.
It's like a boy band comeback.
Yeah.
And then Jonathan Pires landing into the square just before Valerie. Jonathan is also, he's Brazilian. He's a very fast flyer too.
Yes.
But less competition experience.
He's starting now. They're going to
Yeah.
go for the four-way this year.
That's awesome.
I've been training them a little bit in Fly Tribe. As you can see, they're sponsored by Fly
Yes.
Tribe. We have Alex now from Body Flight.
Alex Au and Cesar Rico.
Exactly, against Landon and James.
So Landon and James are one of these favorites to start with, but also Alex and Cesar are a very fast team. And Cesar was fourth or third, fourth yesterday. Sorry.
Ah, yes,
In the
I think so.
pursuit, yeah. So Landon already ahead, flying extremely tight lines around the pylons. This is at some point obviously very important. It's like you can be really fast, but if you fly the lines too big, you're just going to be slow. And now we can see how far ahead James is already.
I mean, if you do it right, you can move the pylon slightly, actually.
Yes.
You know, and then you can get even closer to it. He had already yesterday was struggling with the landings.
So he's trying something different. So it's like, it's not like it's intentional,
Yeah.
but he was definitely like not nailing all of them yesterday. But he has a slightly different technique. If you start, like he starts his landing a lot earlier than majority of the competitors and allows it to push him back into the square.
Yeah.
Versus a lot more competitors fly closer and then they kind of flip more on spot.
Yeah, and then there is also the third version where you drop really
Yes.
strong with the body standing down, like Roland and Sebas are using.
Yeah.
We have Martin Dedek and Donny Gales against the now qualified Anton and Alex Shishov. I butchered his name yesterday. I'm really sorry.
Oh, this looks tight. Nice.
Yeah, Donny is also fast, but very high up.
Yeah, and there she flew the lines ever so slightly bigger, but they landed pretty much at the same
Yeah.
time. Martin, also a very experienced flyer. And now ahead, and
Somebody got lost.
there was a mistake from
Did he
the
hit the pylon? I didn't see it.
I am not sure what happened, but now he flew on the opposite side to the track and everything. So
Martin Dedek has also a website for, I think, training. Go check it out if you're a flyer. Locomotion, I think it's called.
yes, it looks amazing. I haven't had the time to fully get familiar with that yet, but yeah.
So we have now
And a book coming out.
A book too.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Jill and Harrison. So Jill getting in black and pink. And then we have the Venezuelan team, Felipe and Jesus. Jesus is starting. Both fast teams.
They're all sponsored Furia athletes from Venezuela.
Yeah.
They're also sponsoring our live stream here.
And Jesus leading for now. And then Felipe takes off.
Oh, that's going to be a
Harrison
good
is
battle.
chasing. Harrison has flown very fast this
Yeah.
training camp and everything so far. So he's now already
He's
ahead.
lower. He's lower.
And he's low.
Yeah, that was tight.
I think Harrison landed ever so slightly earlier. You can see there the difference. Like Felipe's been flying up higher for the whole week, and then it just takes longer to come into the landing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see a clear difference there in the timing.
I think they're also less experienced flyers in years and in competition, so sometimes it just takes over the nerves. You get a little bit too stiff, then you get pushed up by the wind.
They've been flying 3 years, both Felipe and Jesus, and they fly a lot, but it's still a short time in the sport.
Yes. They haven't done many other competitions either. I think a couple, maybe one or two.
But they're about to go to the Win Games, and so there they go.
Did he lift off? No, he didn't.
Jill's been competing in the dynamic a bunch. Four-way. She's a world champion, no?
She's a world champion.
Yeah.
They beat us.
That's why the face. That was a sore
That's
subject.
why you asked me. I know why you asked me. It's okay. Sometimes you lose, sometimes you win.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
It's
A
gonna be
reflight?
reflight.
I would love to know why.
Yeah, me too, actually. Can we find out why there was a reflight?
Yeah, that'd be good information right now. I at least did not see anything.
Okay.
Oh, and Jill.
Oh, there was something off with the lights in general.
Yeah. So lights turn red, and that's a sign for the competitors to get ready. And then when they turn white again, that's when they go. And now we're still waiting. Red lights, get ready. Jill's standing up. Jesus is leaning back. And off they go.
Yeah, he gets pulled up a little bit in the start, but then he's fast here.
Mm-hmm. A little mistake from Jesus there, passing one of those pylons in outface. And now Harrison had a better start out of the second flyers. And I think he's in general a little bit faster than Felipe in this.
I feel he's been improving a lot here.
A lot in comparison to the previous camp that he did.
We did it again. There's nothing to doubt.
Yeah, solid. Yeah, Jill and Harrison were amongst like the 4 or 5 fastest teams also when we're doing the quali times. Obviously it's different always in the competition situation, like the pressure and everything, but it's still interesting to see the times.
We have Toms and Max Martin against Jakub and Lydia. Tom's more of a freestyler, but he found his place here, and I think he enjoys it a lot.
He did some freestyle yesterday as well when he messed up his landing. He threw a few flip twists.
He saw he was losing.
Yeah. Decided to enjoy the free tunnel time for a moment.
Exactly.
Max slightly ahead there. He's been flying very clean, precise lines this week in training as well. And Tom's has tightened his lines a lot because he moves pretty quick, but in general he was flying kind of like bigger lines a lot in the training, which then often obviously makes you slower because it's just a longer distance that you need to cover. And there
again.
see the signature flip twist again. But it looks like Max and Toms took that one home. I don't think I've ever seen Toms upset. It's always with a big smile on his face.
And yeah, obviously we made here, you see that they have different nations, and we've been allowing, even though it's a world championship, to say that, okay, you can team up with different nations, so as the sport is still growing. So you will have a world champion with 2 nations sometimes, and it might be that some of them are like pure, like the Mexicans, they have only, they're represented by nature the US team, and the others, they're mixed up mostly, I would say.
I think it's actually amazing because I personally, like, back in the days had this issue in competition. I couldn't find a teammate from my home country or somebody who would represent the same country with me. And I'm sure I'm not the only flyer who had the same situation or had to maybe change countries to be able to compete. So this is great because it opens doors for more flyers.
Yeah, and we don't want to have that actually, that people start changing like they do sometimes in dynamic. You don't need to live, like, to be of that nation. We have the passport actually as a regulation for which country you represent.
Yeah.
Or if it's your FIE license, we allow that too.
Yeah.
So. But once you're in, you have to stay that nation for, I don't remember it is, for...
Lydia and Jakub.
They made a mistake.
Yeah, I think Max and Toms made a mistake there somewhere.
Did somebody take... Oh, that's what I said. I think he jumped a little bit on the switch when they were switching teams.
Yeah, I'm not... Max kind of moved very quickly out of the square. Exactly. And
Yeah.
that's almost like maybe he felt like he was in control, but you just need to remember to show that you're in control and stay there for long enough. It's kind of tricky because at the same time you need to get out of the way because your teammate's about
He's
to fly
coming.
past you.
Yeah, he's
exactly.
coming.
We've seen some close calls there. So now Roland and Diana flying closer to us, and the Victor and Jimmy on the other track. Roland and Diana are the only couple that I think we have competing.
Yes,
here
they're
this
both
time.
from in fly station and representing Germany.
Yeah. Diana's Russian originally, but now representing Germany. And they're both very fast flyers. And there goes Diana. Already in the outface sequence.
I mean, it's amazing how she's going here for it. She had a really severe injury many years ago on her arm when she was training dynamic speed
She
rounds.
was getting ready for the 2019 World Championships in
Yes.
France. Yeah.
And I mean, she's coming back here fearless, I have to say.
Yes, and she also had an injured knee this week, and she was just limping around, and then she would go in the
Yeah.
tunnel and like fly fiercely. So it's really impressive. Also for like she's the smallest competitor, so she's very tiny. So
Yeah. And she's squeezing, especially in the race. She's
Yeah.
going with the big boys. She doesn't care.
yeah,
We have Oli Longchamp and Tota and Salem against Abdurrahman.
Oli in the white suit, getting ahead. Again, one of Philip's teammates,
Ah, yes.
and
We're missing Ramsey, obviously. He couldn't
Yeah.
make it.
exactly. And then there goes Tota, and Tota is also a very experienced competitor in dynamic. She's very, very fast in the in phase. So the out phase part is not necessarily quite up to par to the like the very, very top flyers, but it's a quick team as well, Oli and Tota.
Yeah, they have missed. She was here in January, but then they have missed the training camp and the last competition. So it's a huge disadvantage.
It makes a huge, huge difference already.
Here a couple of friends going against each other, but they are not laughing at all
They're
right now.
not laughing. It's just funny to see when you know these guys like outside of competition because they're not as mean as they look like. Sebas Garcia in the black suit getting ready. See the signature takeoff posture, and Benji in the red suit behind. And there goes Sebas, already getting a little bit ahead, but Benji's keeping up. And then the last in phase for Sebas, now a nice landing, and then Rodrigo can go. And he takes off. And now this team is already...
Yeah, that's almost done.
Yeah, and at this point, like obviously, when you have big enough of a lead, you can fly peacefully. Like you still need to keep pushing, but it gives you certain advantage because you don't need to rush the landing, for example. You don't need to make mistakes with the pylons.
But if they want to win, I'm pretty sure that Roy is going to have to fly lower. He's constantly getting high up. And with the Americans, it's going to be for sure that close that the height of the flying line is going to matter.
The Garcia brothers took that home. Yeah, Rodrigo also, like, he's been very impressive in the previous competitions here too, but he only has 3 years in the sport. Like, he's a very new flyer. Evelina, Andrei, the Russian team. Evelina Kalugina, Andrei Karabeshkin, and then we have Yuka and Valerie on the back that we already saw flying a bunch of rounds and making their way through into the tournament from the qualies. Evelina clearly ahead. She is a beast, and she's kind of like a little bit of the black horse of these competitions because she's not maybe somebody that people mention so often when you ask, like, well, who do you think is going to be on the podium? But she can totally battle any of these flyers.
I always read Caligula on her last name, you know, and he was a tyrant, and she's a tyrant to the other competitors, I'm telling you.
Yeah. But she's doing it all in a very peaceful manner.
Just smiling.
She goes in there, does her thing, comes out. Yeah, Russians took this one.
Yeah, that's clear. Donnie and Martin Dedek against James and Landon.
James and Landon, who are the previous world champions of dynamic two-way.
Yes. They're still world champions.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Reigning.
They're going to be for another year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there we go. And Landon's already getting a little bit ahead. He flies very, very tight, short lines.
Yeah, Landon uses similar strategy like Sebas. When he's
very much.
compressing, he's pushing the pylon away from him
Yeah.
so he can get closer to it.
Now James also can cruise into the landing.
Yeah.
Can't fully see the back of the square from here. I'm like, I think the heels were in there, but
Yeah. And we have the
Actually.
slow motion sometimes.
yeah. Yeah. The fanatics, the Americans take this one. And then we go Cesar Rico, Alex Au. And on the other side, Alexei Chichov. Am I saying it right?
We're trying.
And Aldo Bistorff.
You see, here at the World Championships, the competition setup is different. We're trying to keep it as short as possible, so people are in dynamic flying used to a whole day of live stream. We are trying to keep it with below 2 hours.
It's a fantastic competition format also for like the competitor, because you need to be on just for that hour and a half, and then you're done.
Yeah, exactly. I think
Yes.
that's so much better, and also for the viewers.
Cesar flew very fast on that one, landed easily before the other team.
I didn't see if there was a flag, but probably not. That's why he's looking like Alex is looking
I
at
don't
him. I
know.
don't know.
Yeah, there was definitely some conversation. Aha, red flag for them.
For what?
Yeah, this would be good information to get. So they were faster, but the other team's going to take it then, in that case.
I'm pretty sure there is this agreement of, okay, if we're a little bit strict in the rules, then we're going to do it now, where it's not mattering so much. And then once you go to the important rounds where you get eliminated,
Yes.
probably they're not going to say much. But I want to see now.
if
Let's
it's
see.
this one, like if Cesar is taking off too early. No.
He jumped out.
Alex jumped back, and that was it.
Yeah, he didn't show control.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
It's tricky because when we train, we always train everybody together for the training camp, and people are usually rushing out because they want to get the other next flyers
Yeah.
in, and you develop this habit of rushing out of the square. And in the competition, you
Yeah.
really need to
No,
have
they're going to
patience.
refly it, exactly.
Okay.
I don't think that should. He looked clearly that he was in control. He
Yeah.
just got out quick.
Exactly.
You know,
I think it was the same with Max. It didn't look like
Yeah.
he.
reflight, we know.
Notes to the
Yeah, I
competitors.
think that's fair.
Remember to show control. But yeah, reflight is a
Because-
way fairer option than
Yeah.
just red flagging them out.
Because you saw he was upset, Alex. He said, yeah,
Mhm.
but I was in control. I
Yes,
just
exactly.
wanted to get
But
out of your
now
way.
they're behind. Now Cesar has some catching to do. He has the potential and the power to do it. But let's see.
And there we go.
And there we go. He also skipped some training camps and competitions, but he came back as strong as ever.
Yeah.
He's a solid flyer when it comes to anything.
I had to
speed.
convince him a little bit to come. Over a couple of tries.
Well, I'm happy, and now Cesar and Alex are taking this one, but I'm happy that Cesar is here. He, like I said, he's a super strong competitor, but also always smile on the face and like nice to fly against. You
Yes.
know, it's
No,
always
I
a good
always
battle
like
with him.
I try to get his teammates, old teammates also, but some people are a little bit inert. They don't like to come, but I hope in the future everybody's going to be here.
Yeah, Jill taking off closer to us, and then behind we see Max Martin, and now Jill. I don't know. It looks pretty tight. They're just flying they're fast in different moments. And Max lands ever so slightly ahead.
Oh, she jumped, I think,
Ooh, yeah.
but
And
there is no flag, so it's all
Toms
good.
is charging. He's flying very quick right now.
Oh, that's going to be video review.
Oh,
Today
yeah,
you
yeah,
see,
yeah.
this is what I'm saying. Today 2 of those golf balls are on the line for the winners, and $1,000 for the winners. So $1,000 and 2 golf ball helmets, and then $1,000 for the second place and $600 for the third place. All sponsored by Silent Teaching and Sky Helmets.
What do you think? This battle that looked super tight.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to make a judgment because now we're going to see the review. I know they're going to show the switch.
Let's see if
I
it's
think she
legit.
hopped.
Yep, she's not in the square.
Yeah.
At least from here, it
Yeah,
looks like her
it's
feet
done
went past.
already. Yeah.
she was telling yesterday here how she never overshoots it, and now it happens.
It's better it happens now than later.
Jinxing it.
Yeah. I always say, it happens in the qualification, it's out of the system.
Venezuelans. So these guys last year both got injured here during the race.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Then they came back stronger than ever.
Yeah. They were a little bit wild. They're unexperienced and thought they can do things they're not supposed to do, and then,
Yep.
you pay the price.
But I think it was a good lesson because they're both like physically stronger now and also stronger flyers, and you can see that there's a bit more maturity after what they experienced. So
I think it shows also that everybody's enjoying it so much that even injuries like they had won't stop them from coming back.
And Felipe and Jesus, the Venezuelan team, clearly ahead here. So if they flew clean, all should be good for them.
Felipe should really fly much lower. They're losing a lot of time there.
Yes, you can see he's affected by the pylons in his flight too.
And you
And
see
the
they have
landing.
also a lot of distance to the pylon too if we compare to Landon or Sebas.
Yeah, totally. And here
Okay.
we go, Roland and Diana, Tota and Oli.
Okay, let's see, they're getting ready.
Okay.
Two different techniques again.
And they go. Roland gets ahead from there, like gets a better start basically.
Yeah. No, Roland got fast now here in the race. Much faster than previous.
He has been flying extremely fast. And then Diana.
And solid landings.
Yes.
Oh,
Well, except for in the quali that he got like 3 seconds extra for his like bouncing up and down, but other than that,
we have a red flag, I can see it already.
for which team?
For Oli and Tota.
Mm. Yeah.
But what is the issue, I want to know. They didn't show it. Would be nice to have someone telling us sometimes who is why the decision is made.
Yeah, it's sometimes super difficult to see.
I mean, I think I know the rules, and then
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, like, you,
seems I don't.
you know the rules, and we both know what we're looking at, but still sometimes you just do not get the right perspective into the situation. Or Victor and Jimmy here ahead. Jimmy takes off in the red suit. Salem and Big A flying on the background in the black. And then Jimmy's coming to a landing.
Jimmy's
The landings have been challenging for him, but he's doing better now. And if it was all clean, Jimmy and Victor took that.
Yeah, we're gonna do some head-up training with Jimmy. Okay,
Mexicans
let's see.
against Yuka and Valerie.
Focus Sebas and lethargic row. You see how they're all waiting already inside the tunnel to be on time in the box and not lose any seconds.
And you can see here, if you watch Sebas' line, how tight it is to the pylons. And this is not easy. Like, it's easy to say, like, just fly a really short line and you're going to be fast. But when you're going full power, you need to be so precise to be able to fly the line this tight.
I think they took some training time also this morning with the pylons.
Yes, I saw them training.
That helps for sure.
I saw them training, and I've seen them training in Caracas, where they fly around each other.
Ah,
so
yeah, I
they
know.
use each other as pylons.
Yeah.
And
Also the start, they have been practicing,
Yeah.
like just laying down as far as they can.
yeah. And the Mexicans take this round. And then Evelina, Andre, Benji, and Joe. This one's going to be a good battle too.
Okay, let's see now.
So we're still in the group phase. So in none of these battles, any of the teams is falling out. We're just putting them in order so that we can start the knockout phase.
Evelina is fast.
He's so quick.
It's a good line she's taking too in the outface.
Yes, and like I said earlier, she's very consistent with that line. I feel like she's always flying it the same and lands solid. And
But here I feel like Joe is slightly catching up.
yes, potentially, but it looks like it was good for the Russians.
Yeah, was all good. Was there a flag again? It looked like there was a
looks like there was a flag because Karabeshkin's face looks like, what happened?
There is a flag again.
There is a flag, but there's a flag.
I would say the flag is for Joe and Benjo, but I don't know.
Let's see. Looks like the Russians are more concerned about it, though.
Yeah, me too. Do they sit opposite and we don't realize it? Where is Dragazzo?
And Martin is closer to the. That's what I see.
Chamber. Yeah, me too. But I mean, it doesn't matter which way you look. You can also be closer and look at the other side. There's some discussion.
Yeah, the Russians got it.
Okay, good.
All right, the Americans
Against
half
Russia, half white Russia.
Yeah. And
that's okay. It's close enough.
Here we go. White and pink. Landon flying super, super tight to the pylons.
Yeah, but Anton is keeping up.
Anton is keeping up. This is what I said about this team, that when they were in the quali, like, they're not a slow team.
No, not at all. Now, after a couple of laps, the distance becomes bigger because it's just how it is with the speed. But a little mistake there, and you bounce in the wrong moment, and that's it.
See how James kind of like steps into the square?
Yeah.
There's always a step before the square, and then he ends up there. He's a very analytical flyer, so I'm sure that he spent some time figuring out that strategy.
You also have to adapt to your body, type.
Yes.
Right. Not every body flies the same, with different weights, different heights, different structure.
James, for example, is a very light flyer, like
yes, exactly.
Petite flyer. Here, Alex Au in the red suit, Donny Gales in the white suit, and looks pretty tight. Alex is maybe ever so slightly ahead. Now you can start seeing the difference there. And he, this time, pretty made sure that he showed control in that landing. He was not going anywhere. And then Cesar's flying super high, though. But he's quick and does his job.
Yeah, they're competitive. You can see it.
Yes. Cesar's like, I'm nervous.
They already knew before that they're going to be a team. I know when I was riding them. So once Cesar was convinced, I knew that they're coming in pairs.
Yeah, Martin, you could see he bounced there as well. So
yeah, he's trying to catch up in the last second, but
yeah, it's definitely like from a flyer's perspective, when you have the tight round and you need to push a little bit extra, the landing it just gets more challenging.
Yeah,
and
flying too early.
And like in training, personally, like I found some more speed at some point, and then suddenly I realized I don't know how to land anymore because now I was flying faster. So you just need to adapt to it. Then on and on.
We have somebody coming in with some impressions. I see it's Kaz. I'll make space so Inka can have a conversation.
And meanwhile, we're watching here Jill and Harrison flying against Lydia and Jakub. And Jill was about to start from the wrong side. So that would have been a costly mistake, because then you just simply fly the wrong path. And off they go. As we're watching this, Kaz, how was your first competition experience here so far?
Oh, it's so much fun. I'm so grateful to be here and learning a lot.
That's good. Yeah, this is your first training camp as well, so it's definitely been a learning experience, huh?
Absolutely. No, but so grateful for all the talent here, and everyone's been so helpful with me being new.
Awesome. Harrison lands first. Let's see if they flew clean. And who's going to take this one home? Kaz, I have one more important question for you. Who are you rooting for right now? Or like at least name one team that you think it's going to be in the finals.
Sebastian Rowe.
That's been the two answers, Sebastian Rowe or Landon and James from pretty much everyone. So, yeah, let's see. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then Jill and Harry take this one. And Harrison is more of a freestyle flyer, so it's been really cool to see him now charging in this and getting faster and faster and faster. And then we have Felipe and Jesus, the Venezuelan team, against Max Martin and Tom's Evans. It's going to be a good battle. Max in the white, Venezuelans in the black. And here we go. Out of the Venezuelan team, Jesus has been flying slightly faster than Felipe. So here he goes. And then Tom's takes off a little bit ahead. So let's see if Felipe can catch up. Oh, it's tight. Now it goes into the landing. And you see here, Felipe lands from higher up. So it just takes longer for him to reach the square. And let's see. But I think it was, yeah, Max and Tom's took that one. I think, as we've been saying, it's like event by event, the differences between teams are getting smaller. So now when you fly high, you're really losing too much in that landing. Roland and Diana against Salem and Abdurrahman.
I'm back again. So, I'm pretty sure Roland, if there is nothing going wrong, Roland and Diana are going to get that one.
This is again one of those situations they should be quicker enough that they can fly this fast but peacefully in a way that they don't really need to make mistakes. But you never know.
Yeah.
But you can see that Diana spends ever so slightly maybe longer just looking at making sure that Roland's landing is good so that she doesn't take off too early because she has the time. She finishes now and Salem still has a full lap of in-phase to fly at that point. So, and landing, exactly. So an easy victory to Germany.
At least they're enjoying themselves.
Yes. So we're already in round 3 of the group phase and this is race 2.
I think soon is the last one. It is the last race of the group phase. After that, we are going into the important part. Every battle is decisive.
Yes. So if you lose, you're out of the competition.
Exactly.
And I really love this structure that there's no second chances after that. It's also a competition where we're basically finding 1, 2, 3 and we know who's 4th, but after that we don't care.
Yeah, there's no rankings anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, one day it might be like that when it's
I
important.
don't know if Victor landed in the square.
Yeah, me neither. But there is no flag so far.
Yeah.
I think once it's growing, we could potentially change that. But for now, we want to try to make it as viewer-friendly as possible.
It's super nice from like the viewers, viewers and flyers perspective. I think that it moves forward quickly.
Yeah, I think so too.
And
you fly a lot of rounds. If you think they had a warm-up before, as you saw, they're warming up so that you don't come cold into the tunnel. You fly a couple of rounds. It's not you sitting there for 3 days and fly 4 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the last one, right? The last one?
Yeah, it was the last one. So there is a little bit of...
but yeah, eventually the tournament structure, like, okay, maybe sometimes it's basically the faster flyer, so to speak, loses a round, or they're like the favorite of that round loses it because they make a mistake. But then eventually, if you're not the fastest, you're just simply not going to make it to the final. So
exactly.
It kind of fixes the issue as we go. Oli and Tota taking this one home. And then basically now from this group phase, the teams are reorganized based on how well they did. And now it should be basically a situation where the fastest teams are flying against the slowest teams. So the better you've done so far, the easier the first battle should be for you. And the worse you've done, the harder the first battle should be for you.
Exactly. And we see here that we have all the points. It's not yet. Yes. We have a team with a similar amount of points. But I think Jill and Harrison won against Martin and Toms.
So then that would put them first.
Put them first.
Yep. So yeah, in most groups you can see that the points just, like the order sorted itself out, but there's one group where there was two groups with 2 points and two groups with 1 point.
A team that will be on the podium for relay.
The Fanatics.
Besides me, of course, the American team, I think.
The brothers, the Sebas and Ro. The Garcia brothers.
The Garcia brothers are really fast as well. I've kind of just been timing people here and there, and their times are definitely stacking up to be the fastest so far. So.
Go, Jimmy. Let's go.
Salim is not ready.
And that means we're about to go into the first knockout battle. The fan favorite Garcia brothers getting ready to meet. Let's see who's going to meet them in this first battle.
I think Salim and
and Abdurrahman.
Yeah.
I heard somebody saying Salim is not ready, and that's what we're waiting for here. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe he thought that he's already out.
Okay. They're focused, except maybe one of them.
All right, here we go. Gloves on, and Salim's ready to go fly.
Okay.
And this should be an easy battle for the Garcia brothers. This should be the one that's where they have basically the slowest possible team against them during this tournament.
Exactly. Now Salim probably thought he was done.
Yeah.
Wanted to change maybe.
So now Sebas and Ro just need to fly clean. And it looks good. Sebas still flying tight, fast lines, the same as always. Rodrigo takes off. Sebas had what looked like a clean landing. And they are very, very clearly ahead.
Yeah.
Here you can start seeing really the differences that we were talking about between the slower teams and the faster teams. Like,
But it was to be expected.
yes, of course.
But the next round is not going to be like this anymore for any of the teams.
Yeah, no, exactly. The first round looks like this, and then after that, it's starting to be tight.
Probably already here.
Yeah, this already looks like anything can happen in this battle. I think to start with, Ollie and no, wait, there's wrong names on the.
Benji, yeah. It's not Tota, it's Victor and.
It's Victor and Jimmy.
And Jimmy.
Victor and Jimmy against Benji and Jonathan. And I think Benji and Jonathan, yeah, like they are leading here. They are definitely to start with the faster team.
Yeah.
But they still need to fly clean.
Now
Oh,
let's go.
that was close. Benji, I don't know if he jumped or if he just got up on his tiptoes. It looked like he was tiptoes, but obviously it's hard to see precisely from here. And then Jonathan lands.
Jonathan Livingston, he's going. So they won that battle probably. What happened?
Let's see. It looks pretty heated up there.
They want to say they went against the wrong team or what?
I think they went against the wrong team. I think there's the possibility. Because there was different names on the screen, and now looks like something was wrong.
Oh, we're going to find out now.
For a lot of the competitors, this is the hardest part, to keep up when you need to fly. When they fly fast, but they don't know what
No,
to
but
go.
we have Mauka down there, you know. He's
Yeah.
actually controlling if...
the bouncer.
Yeah, if it's all good.
Let's see what happens. Good looking landing there.
There also, you can't see any flags.
Okay, so it was a wrong round. So I'm assuming we're waiting for Oli and Totta to show up to fly now against Benji and Joe. Everyone seems very confused.
No, but I didn't check on the screen probably.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if they're going to fly right now. Well, I see Totta there ready. So, but I'm not sure if they're going to fly right now or if there's going to be a different battle in between.
Might be a problem on the tournament board, but I don't think so. No, they're going to go.
They're going to go right now.
Yeah. Molly, she's typing in the scores, so she knows exactly who should be going, and she's sitting beside Martin. That's why.
Exactly. All right. Well, there
Do
we
we
go.
know what exactly happened from the crew? They went just early. Okay.
Well,
They got excited. You
Benji
see?
and Joe got an extra little warm-up round there. That kind of sucks at the same time when you're like, well, we won this one, and then you need to go again. But
yeah, but on the other hand, you're warm now.
yeah, exactly. And there he
And
goes.
the teammates going against each other.
Aha, exactly. And Benji looks faster. Yes.
So far, yeah.
And I think Jonathan is a little bit faster in this one than Totta. So let's see. Joe moving into the out phase already. Flying tight lines, moving the pylons. Last in phase. And if he lands clean, it's theirs. Looks like Jonathan landed first. I don't see any flags up.
So we know what happened because they have to wait for the screen to be refreshed to know who they're flying against, and these competitors have looked at the screen before it was refreshed and just decided to go.
Aha. And now we're going to see who's going to continue forward from this battle.
I think Joe.
Oli and Totta. I am not sure what happened though, because it looked like they landed second.
Yeah, I don't
Maybe
understand
there was a
either.
flag. And now it is the Russians.
No, it's going to be a reflect. There is some confusion.
Benji and Joe are going to be in the tunnel forever. They just need to keep going.
I don't understand. Let me check it out quick. You
Yep.
can keep going.
All right. Yeah, let's see what's happening here. So what happened, first of all, is that Benji and Joe flew one extra round against a wrong team. And now Martin is there explaining to the competitors what happened just now. Why is there going to be a reflight? It looked like a weird situation to us because Benji and Joe they landed first and I didn't see any flags up. So that should mean that there were no mistakes made. But now it looks like they're not sure who took that home. And that means there needs to be a reflight. And Philip is just finding out more information about the situation just to understand why we're going to go again. And he's back. What did you find out?
I had to ask because it looked weird, but both teams messed up the transition. The switch.
Both teams.
Both teams. So there was no score. They have to
This
go
doesn't
again.
happen so often, actually. That both.
I think the same.
Yeah.
I even went Swiss German for a second.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. It's also pretty experienced competitors, all of them. So
Yeah.
it's
It shows you the nerves.
yeah.
I mean, there is at least some money on the line, and you know, some helmets that are
Yeah.
quite expensive. The golf ball helmets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see
And now
what
Tota
that
made
was.
sure that she doesn't go too early, but that costed her too much time now.
Yes, I've seen her do that in practice as well. It's like she really looks, but sometimes it definitely gives an advantage to the other team.
Okay.
And we saw that there.
And there we go.
So if it was all clean now, then it should go to Benji and Jonathan. They're probably laughing there. It's like, are we going to have to fly again?
Yes, we're gonna- yeah.
Yeah,
But
we
it's
did
weird
3
because
rounds in a row.
we don't even see the flag. And Benjo going, yeah.
Just cheering. Yeah, it looks like they got that one.
Ollie's gonna hear tonight about this loss from Benjo.
Yeah, totally. Yes. Yeah, Benji and Ollie normally fly as a team, but this time they're split in 2 separate teams.
Yes.
And then we go Russian
Finally.
machines against Victor and Jimmy that were already eager to fly earlier. Then they did an extra round. I put my money on the Russians here.
Me too. But you never know.
You never know. Mistakes. Well, we just saw both teams, good flyers, making mistakes. So here goes Evelina.
But
Full power.
Still, Evelina and Andre, they have been here like the last 3 events, so I'm pretty sure they're going to be experienced
Yes.
enough.
Andre, I think 4 events.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
He was last
Yeah,
January
yeah.
here. Evelina
Yes,
wasn't
for
here
sure.
yet, so
Yes. Just Evelina was not here.
yeah. And yeah, looks like the Russians got that one.
We have Alex Drogatsov. As he would also compete, but last time he hurt his heel on the last September event, on the last day in the last 20 minutes.
So now he's judging. This seems
now
to
he's-
happen. We lose a competitor, we gain a.
we gain help in
Yeah,
the booth
exactly.
or in the referee booth or here in the commentator booth.
All right. Jukka and Valerie against Roland and Diana.
Roland is checking the pylon, I think. No.
Now he's digging his heels into the net to get a good start.
He designed partially the pylons, or he did the design for the pylons in collaboration with Martin
Yeah.
and myself a little bit, but I was not too much involved. And we're thankful for that.
Roland cruising. Now a clean switch, and Diana is far ahead already. On paper, they should be a faster team, but that doesn't always, go that way. Yesterday, Jukka actually took out Diana in the pursuit, so. But now it looks like this goes to Germany. Roland and Diana take it.
A little helmet kiss.
And then the American youngsters, Landon sending kisses. So Josh, who's not here today, has been coaching both of these guys quite a bunch, and we've been training together this past week as well. So I'm sure that Josh is right now in the hospital watching.
He's watching, hopefully.
How
If
the
he's not
boys are doing.
sleeping, he's watching, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I had him on the phone today. He said he's going to be watching. We miss you, Josh.
And especially me.
Yeah.
And Landon is ahead already, but not that far.
Jakub is pretty fast, I have to
Jakub
say.
is quick.
Yeah.
And now there should be a clearer speed difference between James and Lydia that we already see. James is going to come into a landing and
Almost a full lap ahead.
yes. So
No
Landon,
flags.
No flags. Landon has a little bit of a nervous face there, but no flags, and the Americans continue in the competition.
They
The other
turn
two
down the
go
wind
home.
speed.
That usually means
Something happened.
like there's some questions about things, but no, this one went for the Americans.
Can't see anything, no. Maybe they're cooling down the machine a little bit.
Donnie in the white, Martin in the red as one team, and then we have Max, Martin, Toms, Evans. This is going to be an interesting
yeah.
battle.
I don't know who's going to win, honestly. Maybe a slight edge towards Toms and Max.
Yeah, I think so too.
But Martin is very fast, and
Yes,
Donny actually.
Donny's
too.
a strong flyer.
Yeah.
She flies wider line. You can see clearly,
Yeah.
like in comparison to Max, like she just simply travels a longer distance. So that's where she loses. I think the speed that she can move with is similar.
But I think Mesa is going to catch up.
It's possible.
Yeah,
In the
here we
out
go.
phase, Mesa looks a
Here
lot
we go.
stronger. And
Here we go.
I think
And Toms, he
Toms
got lost.
made a mistake, flew the wrong path, and that's the end of his
And you know,
competition.
I'm sure this happened because he was ahead, and he can see him catching up.
Yes.
And your mind is half in the watching the person and half where you have to land.
Totally.
But there was a red flag for Drogatsov and from Drogatsov for Martin Dedek and Donny.
But then it needs to be a reflight because Tom's never flew the right path.
yeah,
He's still not in the square.
yeah.
So it has to be a reflight. I'm sure Max is happy about this. Tom's his teammate that he gets another chance if that's where it's going to go. It looks like no reflight. Ah, no, they're putting their helmets back on.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Tom's. What a showman.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's when you fly through this, like I personally count. I have a, like obviously when you fly it long enough, then you have your rhythm and you know that you're flying it right. But in the beginning, it was more.
No, they
counting the
won.
pilots
You
'cause-
see. I mean, the others completely missed the track.
But that's who it says that won.
Yeah. No, it was written that Donny Gales and Martin Dedek won. What was written?
It said one on Max Martin and Thomas Evans, and that. Okay, so Cesar and Alex are going in with Felipe and Jesus. This is gonna be a good battle. So all the teams are fast already.
We'll clarify this later. We'll find out what happened here.
All right, let's see. This is going to be a very exciting battle. I don't know.
I don't know
We'll
either,
see
but
And it's tight, and it's tight.
but I think
Alex
Cesar
ended up
might
very high,
save it.
and he flew the wrong path, and there it
And
goes.
that's it.
Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, the
Yeah,
pressure is higher now.
Yeah, competition nerves.
No,
Eighth
Felipe just
final.
needs to fly it clean, bring it home, so that they're not going to get a flag, and then it should be all good.
Oh, he's screaming. Competition nerves are
Yeah.
real. He's not. He's also not flying long. Like, can we have a look where?
Let me see. It's
I think.
here. Alex. Ow. I'm gonna try to.
I think
find
also very
how
short.
he is.
It's gonna be the last race
No,
of the group
he
phase
actually does have 13 years in the sport.
of the eighth final. Sorry.
Last round of the last battle of the first round. All right. So we go. Alexei and Anton against Jill and Harry, and in this battle, I think Jill and Harry have the edge, but Anton is actually leading in the beginning. And notice that this was a team that was battling for the place to be here to start with, like in the whole tournament board, and now they are ahead. Jill and Harry, that were one of the fastest team in the quali, and then Alexei has a slight mistake in the outface, and Jill and Harry looks like they're taking it home. But that was tight. That was about to be a go home for Jill and Harrison. That, like I said, they were one of the fastest teams in the qualification. Harrison coming into a landing, clean landing. And then we see how much difference that few wobbly moments in the outface made. sometimes you, for example, hit like you're a little bit too close to the pile and you get the burble of it, and then you get out of rhythm, and it's really hard to get back into it and pick it up from there. Flyers still looking at the screen, waiting for the results. So obviously they have an idea from who landed and when, but then as you guys have seen, a lot of these rounds have included these mistakes that then play a big role there in who's winning. So now obviously after this battle that we've gone through, the first round of battles, half of the teams are going home. So we're moving forward very, very fast from here, because now it's going to be half the battles, and then that after that even less so. So I'm trying to look at the tournament board. I think there's 8 battles that we're about to see on the next round, and then after that it's already left to just like we already have only 4 teams left. This is taking a long time. Let's see. Flyers obviously looking very nervous because of the tournament structure. Let's go home or continue. They're looking at if the switch there was legit from both teams. You could see that Anton and Alexei were leading for a long time, and then in that outface section of the second Flyers is where the difference happened. And just a little update on the weird situation earlier. So where Max and Thomas were flying against Donny and Martin Dedek, there will be a reflight for that battle. I think it was one of those cases where both of the teams made a mistake, so they just simply need to fly it again because they cannot determine the winner. And I'm guessing that this result is taking a long time also for that reason. We're figuring out a few things at the same time. Jill's looking very eager to find out where this is going to go. Right, Jill and Harry take that home. I'm happy to see this fast team moving forward in the competition, and now we're going to see that reflight with Donny and Mesa and Max and Toms. Philip is running up and down the stairs here to figure out always what's going on. So both
no, but
teams
I'm part
made
of the
a mistake,
commission,
right?
you know, so we have to.
Yeah.
We had to go down and talk it through, and because I didn't understand where the mistakes were made, and both of them made mistakes, so there is a reflight.
What was the mistake of Donny and Mesa?
They didn't land in the square. I didn't see that.
All right, and then the other team didn't fly the
finish,
right flight path. Yeah. All right, so here we go again. They get a second chance. Oh, tight. But here you can see Max gets ahead because he just simply flies a tighter line. Donny gets a little bit high. And now it's also going to take her more time to land. Toms is quite far ahead. I think this is a little bit much already for Mesa to catch up.
No.
He will get closer, but
He's
let's see.
Put him under pressure
Now
right
Toms
here.
needs to know where to go. Oi.
Right,
Let's see how the landings were. Because I think something happened there in Tom's landing.
I mean, this we will have to find out now. Put either a ranking of mistakes. So okay, if you missed the square, but if the other team didn't finish at all, like they did, then even if you missed the square, you should maybe move on or
because
not.
it's a less of a mistake, exactly.
The other mistake is huge. You just went out of the track.
Yeah.
And the others, the first team just made it, but it's not clarified in the rules yet. So we're gonna do that.
Yeah. But this is the kind of stuff that it's a process,
Monday.
so you learn competition by competition. Yeah. When this is wrapped up, it's going to be rule updates.
Yes.
No, but that's definitely something that sounds smart and And like I said, we're learning. Or you're learning.
No,
here,
we have
watching
to,
this.
you know, the mistakes. Last time I was refereeing, I saw so many things that I have to clarify. I was like, okay, this and this and this and this, and now it's in the rule book.
You know, like when dynamics started, and you needed these flyers that were the ones that were flying all the, like they were trying to always find all these loopholes,
Yes.
like cheat, and you need them to build good rules.
I think I was one of them. I think there's
valuable.
a bunch of rules because
Yeah.
of me in there.
Because I think, for example, with the layouts, like there are some American teams that they just started doing backflips at some point, and then you had to have the circles so that people are flying them big enough, and then you had to do the center line so that people are using the whole space. So it's the same stuff with all of these disciplines. The more stuff you see, the more you know what you need to try to control. Still waiting for the results of this round. I think they're clarifying some stuff about the landings.
Once we have the what again? Wow.
Let's see if it goes for another replay.
What? Yeah, I don't know. Somebody maybe took off in the wrong spot or had the foot on the line or, you know, went too early. Anyhow, after this, we're going to have a commercial playing for Tunnel, as much as I know, and maybe even silent teaching in the same time. But they won, you see.
Max
Thompson,
Martin, Tom
Max
Siemens
Martin,
won. Max is happy to continue in the competition.
Not yet. After this round, probably. These are not the right names down there.
Nah, that's
Okay,
changing
commercial
now,
is
though.
coming. We're back. As you saw, silent teaching and tunnel. Silent teaching will be uploaded, finished in a week or two, and then you can all enjoy the workouts. Come and join. And tunnel is sponsoring tomorrow the prize money for the race.
And we're moving to quarterfinals.
Exactly.
So here we have the Garcia brothers, Sebas and Rodrigo, against Benji and Jonathan.
Sebas is focusing his anger, compressing it into an explosion.
And
Let's see.
there they are, getting ready to go. And
Yeah, his start is just
Sebas
better.
launches extremely strong and is already quite far ahead. For this kind of battle, that's far ahead.
Yeah.
Like, this is already fast teams. And Sebas' landing was solid, so Rodrigo just needs to...
getting carried up. Now he should have to... yeah, but he's far ahead. You see
He's
how much
far
time he
ahead.
loses because he was high.
Yes, he was very far ahead,
Yeah.
and then it becomes tighter.
Yeah, it's
in
just a
that time,
second, and
so,
you should have been like 2 at least.
yeah, when we start moving towards more of the final rounds, like right now, obviously they're sending Joe and Benji home. But, yeah.
I'm pretty sure they didn't want to send them home, but I had to do it to the friends,
Yeah.
so what can you do? It's fate in the tournament board. You don't know who you're going to go against. Except your first and last.
Then the Russians, Karabeshkin and Evelina. And then, well, it's kind of 3 Russians because these guys are representing Germany, but Diana is also
Permarina,
Russian,
yeah,
so,
but she
yeah.
lives in Munich for
a long time already. Yeah.
She's been a lot there, even in the youth.
And then Roland and Diana, yeah. This is going to be a really good battle too.
I think so too.
tight one. I won't.
Especially between Evelina here, who's going to create distance or an advantage for the next partner.
Both of them were starting with a faster flyer, but
but Evelina is maybe tighter on the line.
yes, right now looks like Evelina is leading for the landing, and then Garapeshkin takes off first. But I think Diana is a little bit faster than him, so she's catching up. And now we just see if that's enough.
Okay, she's caught up.
She's
now
coming
let's
up.
see the
She's
landing.
coming up, and let's see the landing.
No.
Oh no! She flew so fast. That's such a shame. But let's see.
Did we see a flag? No. No flags so far. This is again this little burble back there. I'm telling you.
Yes, for sure.
You have to
and
calculate it
she
in.
had to fly absolute full power because she was behind there. So.
Suck.
But look, Karabeshkin is moving into the square now also. So neither of them actually landed into the square. It's just he had time to fix it, and she was still floating up. So. Yep. Evelina being very
the
happy
kings
about
of
that.
the sky.
Yeah. And there we go, Landon, James against Max and Toms. And here I would say Landon and James are gonna take this home.
Yeah, just they're been here before in this race, and the others are not new. Like Toms is very new. He's the first time here, and Max has been already here before, but I'm not sure it's going to be that clear in the beginning, at least. You see, they're pretty even.
Max is flying fast.
And now, if
actually
Toms does it well, you know, he was there. He was there.
tight.
No. He gave him a flag, but 1 foot. He didn't show control.
Oh, and then Toms flies into a pylon, so that
was it anyway.
That solves it. Yeah. Landon and James are young flyers, but they're very experienced competitors, and they know how to pace themselves, and they are usually pretty solid. And you can see in Tom's, like, he's used to competing, but in freestyle, where you can kind of also hide your little mistakes, and here you can't hide them.
You know, it's also the wind speed. We're topping it out. It's not anymore the speed that you want to choose. It's going to be now the last race of the quarterfinal, and obviously the wind speed increases the difficulty, even though some people might disagree with me. But I think it's necessary to show the highest skill on the highest wind speed.
Definitely. Felipe and Jesus, the Venezuelans, against Jill and Harrison, team from the States.
I think in the beginning it's going to be tight, but Harrison feels very fast.
Harrison has been fast, and I think these guys are similar, and this is where you see the Venezuelans, like when they're in tight battles, they start making small mistakes. They're still new in the sport. They have a lot of speed, but
too far away. Too far.
And Harrison is ahead, and
he slowed down a little bit on purpose.
Yes. Looks like Harrison and Jill took it home pretty easy. Like, it looked like Harrison didn't have to rush for the end bit. So
yeah, I felt the same. He realized he was ahead, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take my time for the transition.
Yes. And that was the last battle of the quarterfinals. So now we should only have 4 teams left.
Yes, I think.
Who's your biggest competitor or biggest benchmark for this competition, and why?
I don't know. I would say my teammate, Oli.
Wow, that's a good question. Yeah, definitely I have a lot of years competing in dynamic, but this is a really new challenge, and I see here really, really good flyers, faster flyers, big guys, and I'm a bit scared of them. But let's try to go fast and beat them, but for sure. Venezuela team and Americans, they are the strongest, I think so. And Russians.
And we're back for the semifinals.
It's getting really, really exciting right now.
Semifinals, it is the most difficult round of all of them. Harder than the final, I would say.
And the level of focus, now the Russians are also showing it. Yeah, it's going to be a good battle. Sebas and Rodrigo against Evelina and Andre. And these are the kind of battles already that you like. Well, it's always, you cannot afford mistakes, but here it's like every split second counts.
I don't know
every little detail.
why it was for me.
And
Always the
Sebas is ahead.
semi-final.
Sebas is ahead, flying very short and tight. Evelina is keeping up really well though, but she's definitely a little bit behind. And then Rodrigo, and now he needs to
He needs
down.
to get lower.
He needs to stay down.
For the final, he needs to get lower. This is not going to work like that. You see, he's already catching up.
He has a
Garabeshkin.
good landing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's done.
Garabeshkin got up there for that reason and for the landing too.
We have Roland here, our pilot master.
Hi, Philip.
Hi. How are you doing?
Good.
That was tight before.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen your improvement from last time. You became much faster, and Diana was fast. I thought you could have made it to the semifinals, but...
Yeah, well, obviously that's always the goal, to get as far as possible in the competition. But also, the further you get, the stronger the other teams are getting, the tighter the competition, and also the smaller the margins. And then in the end, it was just a fraction of a too early landing maybe, or
Yes.
a little bit too nervous on the landing on Diana. Yeah.
Okay, we're going for the semifinals. Jill and Knudsen and Harrison against Landon and James Rogers. Thanks, Roland.
Yeah, so it's important to remember these people, like the winners of these battles, they are moving into the finals. And Landon lands first. And then James is
You can see the aggression they're
ahead.
flying with.
And now it's, yes, there's so much more push.
Yeah.
And now if James has a clean landing, that's it.
Oish.
Oh, and then Harrison also
Good.
bounced there a little bit. So, yeah, Fanatics moving forward into the finals.
Into the finals.
Into the finals we
Maybe
go.
we take a second for Benjo. He's also here.
All right. Aha. How's it been? How's your competition been?
Actually, that was good. I'm quite happy to. We did, I think, some good rounds with Johnny. I'm really proud of him.
You get to fly a little bit extra as well for some confusion there.
Three times in a row. So
I was like, I don't think they're ever going to leave the tunnel
I'm not
anymore.
complaining. That was good.
So yeah, you guys did good, got pretty far. What do you think about the finalists right now?
It's Sebastian Rowe against Landon. I didn't see the.
Landon and James.
That's the fastest team for me. That's a good final, logic final.
Who's going to take it? Who are you going to put your money on?
Wow, he's gonna be aggressive. I will say the Garcia.
Cool. We'll see.
Tell me, how can you train for this in a smaller tunnel?
Mostly I do stalls and carving. And also I prepare physically outside the tunnel. So I think that's all you have to do.
Pretty much I trained like just a little bit of in-face carving, but then having to like do the chicane whenever I feel like it, because obviously we don't have the actual course at home, but just practicing those like sharp switches.
Aha, and here we go. Thank you, Benji. And now, battle for the bronze. And that's going to be Evelina and Garabeshkin with Jill and Harrison. For sure going to be a tight battle. You can see how focused the flyers are. The Russians were very still and silent on the first rounds, and now they're getting louder and louder in each preparation. So for sure there's nerves there.
Let's
and
see who is the more experienced or calmer
here we go.
team.
I think Evelina out of these first two flyers is quicker.
Yeah, but never underestimate Jill.
Yeah, never.
Never underestimate the heart of a champion.
Exactly. It's there's a thing when you're used to winning. You're used to winning.
Yes.
And
Okay,
so
Harrison
now
is coming now. He's flying smaller.
Harrison is
Take it tight.
catching up.
Karabeshkin is doing it. Oh, did he have to move into the square?
But now the question is, were the steps within the square, or
yeah, I'm sure they were within.
out of the square into it? So.
But was he on time before Harrison landed?
Nope. Looks like nope.
I mean, he was on the toes. He could have just stayed there.
I think he was on the toes, and he was actually in the square. That was kind of my question. Like, was he just getting a better stance within the square?
I'm not sure that he was not in control. It's also something, you see.
To me, that looked like an intentional step forward.
Yeah,
but that's
like
obviously not
are you
our
going to
decision.
punish this or not? This is now the interpretation of the referee and the rules that are so far written. We didn't have this scenario before, so we're going to have to even clarify this later.
Exactly. Let's see.
Maybe.
What Martin and Drogoldsev are going to decide.
Maybe they're going to do a reflight.
Reflight. I see Martin showing a reflight, which, fair enough, this is the battle for bronze. So if there's any question marks, that's the right decision to do. This is going to get exciting.
Yes, I can see him reflight.
This
It's good. It should be a
exciting.
reflight.
Yeah, I think it's for the competitors, that's the fairest thing to do in this case.
These rules we're gonna have, like, I'm pretty sure, because there is no rule on that. He was not out of control. He was completely in control. He was inside the box, and he just placed himself with a step into a better position. You cannot blame somebody for that.
And you don't, earlier we were talking about like my heel being up in one of the rounds, but like you don't have to have the heels actually down. It's just if the flyers are landing at the same time, then you would look at the cleaner landing.
No, there is one rule now that we added from last time. So if both of them land in exactly the same time, then it counts who puts the heels down first.
All right. Here we go.
And now Evelina's going to push harder.
Evelina is going to push more, and she is getting ahead. She's getting ahead.
Caligula is coming.
It's ever so slightly. And then Karabeshkin. But this is a tighter difference, and Harrison's coming. And he is flying a tight line right now.
Still ahead,
catching up.
Karabeshkin.
Karabeshkin is still
ahead. You can hear
ahead.
the audience.
Oh, and
no,
he landed
he's
out. He landed out. I didn't see Harrison's landing though.
No, me neither. We're gonna see now the replay.
They were ahead.
We're gonna see what happened.
It looks like Harrison's kind of behind the pylon, so we actually don't see any of his feet from here.
Actually, I don't know who won.
Me neither.
I think Harrison and Jill.
I think so.
Now we're gonna see.
My gosh. It's tiny milliseconds that matter, huh?
I really don't know who's gonna get it this time. On the transition, what happened? Nothing.
Harrison left before Jill's feet were on the ground. That's how it looks like to me. That's how it looks like to me.
Oh, that can be the decision.
Yes.
Exactly. They won. There was a false takeoff.
Evelina and Karabeshkin. Karabeshkin doesn't understand what's happening.
That was a false takeoff.
The Russians take the bronze medal. This is amazing.
Yes, they take the bronze medal. He took off too early.
Look at the Russian reaction on Karabeshkin.
But that's what we said too. You see how much Evelina was ahead?
Yes.
She was more than suddenly Harrison was straight away there with Andre.
That was, yep. That's a really good job from the referees, because this is not easy to see.
No.
So it's good that they checked that. And
we were talking last time. He's like, should I use a camera? And Martin's like, I'm not sure. He's like, no, it's going to be long. He's like, yeah, but I mean, we're going to miss so much. Like, you see how much
have
we're
the
going to
camera.
miss.
Yeah, like we said earlier, we both know what we're looking at, and we're still missing details all the time. So, all right, here we go. The battle of the dear enemies. They've definitely had both of these teams' eyes on each other since the beginning, since coming here, since the last competition.
Yes, for every discipline.
And this is not a surprise to see these teams here.
Okay, for the World Championship title.
And Sebas is ahead.
Yeah, but like Roy, if he flies too high.
Yes, and I think in the second battle, James has a slight advantage. James is quite far behind at this point, but he's catching up very quickly. Oof, and
He's
there
getting
he makes
carried
a
away
mistake.
too. He's getting carried away too. But he
But
learns
he
and goes
fixed it.
down. And
he
Ro
bounces
and Sebas
Rodrigo
win.
and Sebas
I'm pretty sure,
are
except there was a mistake.
winning. Oh.
Let's see. Let's see what is happening. Inka is gonna.
I am gonna
for the
go
interviews.
downstairs. Just want to see. Okay.
Yes, he was clearly first. So if there was no problem in the switch, we're probably gonna crown the first relay world championship team. Let's wait for the scores. Unfortunately, poor James is gonna maybe end up second again, except there will be a referee decision. On the video, it looked pretty clear. Here we're gonna see the transition. Okay. We're gonna see the transition. Yeah, he showed control.
It looks good. The transition
yeah,
there.
it looks good.
Oh,
They were
you could
in
see
control.
both of the teams had to push so much.
Yeah. Like even that James got carried up like this because he probably and here he tries to accelerate with diving.
Fixing it really well there, and he's almost catching up, but it's just quite not enough.
Oh, it was a good strategy actually
It
to
was
try with the dive to get
super
there.
good strategy.
And the landing was clear, and he bounced even a little bit. I didn't see that before.
Yeah, James had a bounce.
Yeah. Ah, there was a mistake.
Do we know what's happened here? Because it says James and Lando won, and they look as confused. So Philip is moving downstairs to the referees to figure out what is happening. I think nobody's celebrating it, even though it says number one there next to Landon and James. They don't dare to celebrate these hits because, yeah, we need to figure out first where does this decision come from. Landon is like, please let it be like this. I think what they're looking at is this transition here where Sebas is landing, and now you need to show control. So for me, that's showing control. But the question is if the referee is accepting that transition, basically. And if they're not, then James and Landon are the winners. But let's see. It's exciting moments here. Can't even picture what the Flyers are feeling right now. It's challenging from the competitor's perspective because what you see here is who landed first. You don't know those little moments, and then already in your head you start celebrating. It's like, okay, we took it. But you shouldn't yet because you still need to wait and see. See how serious everyone's looking. Let's see if we're going to move into a reflight here as well. Now it says 0 on both Flyers. We move it to 1 again. Landon and James are taking home the gold.
I'm there. It was a very tight decision. When Raw left, I mean, it was just a foot lifting off. One foot was still moving of Sebas off the line. And he clearly looked like he was on the line. So drama pure in the final. So we go. James didn't redeemed himself from yesterday. There couldn't be more drama in the final than this. It's a perfect finish. We have the first world champions, James and Landon.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Congratulations, world champions. How are you feeling right now?
Very good.
Great.
Tell me about this last battle. There was some confusion afterwards. Like, you saw number 1 after your name and you didn't want to cheer yet, huh?
Yeah, it was a little questionable at first because obviously they landed before us. But I guess it came down to more of a technicality. I guess there was a false start somewhere. I'm still not 100% sure. I haven't talked to anybody for a final answer or anything like that, but that's what it seems like it came down to.
It's there's so many fast teams that it's all about teeny tiny details in every round. Any other battles that were like significant today for you guys?
I wouldn't really say so. I mean, the only thing that we wanted to say is we did this for Josh, our coach.
Yeah, Josh.
Yep,
Hope he's been watching.
Yeah, he's in the hospital out of surgery. We wanted to win for him.
That's, yeah, amazing. Wow, super heartwarming. This was the final of the dear enemies, huh? Like, you guys have eyes on these guys since the beginning and vice versa, since the previous competitions, all of this. How is this going to be tomorrow? Now it's one on Sebas, one on you guys. How gnarly is the race going to get after this?
Well, I guess we'll see. If there was no risk, it wouldn't matter. You know?
Yeah, no risk, no reward. All right, congratulations one more time, world champions.
Thank you.
Amazing flying.
I'm back again. We crowned the first world champions, Landon and James on second place, Sebas and Ro, and the third place, Evelina and Andre. So I'm not sure how long, but we're gonna wrap it up soon. What is really important tomorrow, the main event, the King discipline, the race. There was big battles between those finalists, and I hope we all gonna see you tomorrow at 4 o'clock, 4:30 UAE time, so minus 4 hours, that's 12:30 GMT for the race and the best discipline of this event. See you all soon, and thank you for watching.